Have you ever wanted to give a special gift to a close friend, but hesitated because prices are just crazy these days? It is tough when you want to show you care, but everything feels so expensive. Well, I have the perfect solution. You don't need a big budget to give something truly memorable. Today, we're making a stunning apple tart. It costs almost nothing to make, but it looks like a luxury gift. Let's get started. First, we'll make enough filling for two 20cm tarts. Slice 2 apples. You can peel them or leave the skin on. It's up to you. Put the sliced apples in a pan and add 40 grams of sugar. Then add about 30 grams of honey. That's roughly 3 swirls around the pan. Cook this over high heat. Here is a pro tip. Use a wide frying pan instead of a deep pot. The wider surface helps the moisture evaporate much faster, saving you time. Stir occasionally so it doesn't burn. We want the apples to be fully cooked and soft. If they are too raw, the texture will be too mushy after baking. When most of the water has evaporated, add a slice of unsalted butter, about 40 grams. Stir until it melts. Once mixed, lower the heat and add 7 to 8 grams of cornstarch. This is important because it absorbs excess liquid. Finally, sprinkle in about 2/3 of a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. This balances the acidity of the apples perfectly. Now your filling is ready. Now for the crust. I'm using a food processor because it is super fast and easy. In the machine, put 200 grams of all-purpose flour, 10 grams of sugar, 3 grams of salt, and 120 grams of cold, cubed, unsalted butter. Pulse it until mixed. Then add 70 grams of cold water and mix again until clumps form. If you don't have a machine, you can do this by hand, but I highly recommend getting one for baking. I'll leave a link in the description below. Move the dough to a bowl and form it into a ball. Make one more batch, just like this, so we have 2 dough balls in total. On your baking mat, sprinkle a little strong flour to prevent sticking. Roll out the dough flat and thin. I am using a 20cm tart pan, which is about 8 inches. Place the dough gently into the pan, press it into the corners, and trim off the excess. But don't throw away those scraps. We need them for decoration. Fill the tart shell with the apple mixture we made earlier. By the way, you can make the apple filling in advance and keep it in the fridge. Now gather the leftover dough scraps and roll them out again. Cut them into long strips, about 1 to 1.5 centimeters wide. Place these strips over the apples in a lattice pattern, weaving them over and under. This makes it look professional. For a beautiful golden color, brush some heavy cream lightly over the lattice. Milk works too if you don't have cream. Preheat your oven to 230 degrees Celsius. Bake at 190 degrees for 20 minutes, then lower it to 180 degrees for another 20 minutes. Look at that color. It's hard to believe this was made at home, right? Grab some apples and try this today.